The M4 MacBook Air is the best value computer in the world right now, and you should buy it. Drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, let's find out why. This is the best laptop everyone can buy. You're probably looking at this video and saying, how? How can it be saying that the M4 MacBook Air is the best value laptop in the world? Well, simple. For $1,000, you get a full aluminum body, a big and very sharp trackpad, an incredible keyboard, a P3 color gamut LCD display, macOS, 2 USB-C ports, Thunderbolt ports, and an amazing pair of speakers. You get so many stuff out of $1,000. And you also get Apple Silicon. Apple Silicon is probably one of the biggest wonders to happen to the computer industry. They are efficient, they are fast, and they deliver incredible battery life. So you get all of these on a $1,000 laptop. Go into the Windows side and give me that. You can't. You will get bulky computers made of plastic and with lots and lots of fans, while the MacBook Air is completely silent. Yes, even though it does not have fans, it's so fast and you won't have any issues of thermally throttling. So let's first talk about the design of the MacBook Air and how has it evolved. This new generation of the MacBook Airs came out with the M2 chip, but now on the second generation, after almost 3 years, I can say this is probably the best feeling computer in the world right now. It's so lightweight, so portable. I can flimsy it around, move it around so easily, so light and so thin. No, it's not as thin as the iPad Pro, but still, it feels like a wonder. It's so thin, so lightweight. If you are used to having a laptop, but you think your laptop is too big, go into the Apple Store and pick up a MacBook Air. It's insane. And I'm saying this, most people don't need more than this, and their biggest advantage of buying this computer is how portable and lightweight it is. So grab a MacBook Air, try it out on the Apple Store, and you'll give me all the reason in the world. This computer is perfect for most people, students, even professors, teachers, that need a computer to grab around, move everywhere from classes to different classes, and they need something that is light. The MacBook Air will be perfect. And in terms of power, it does not disappoint. Even if you are any type of programmer, you don't need more than single core use. The MacBook Air will also be really good. Yes, you might be worried about the current longevity of these computers for AI tasks, but trust me, with this current base model, the $999 MacBook Air starts off with 256 GB of storage and 16 GB of RAM. So now you have plenty of RAM to work on AI and work on AI tasks, so no issues there. I have a friend that uses an M1 MacBook Air with 8 GB of RAM, has an AI tool, so he's a developer, so I mean, you can see that 16 will be plenty enough. But especially with the design, the portability, the way that you can carry this device around very easily will probably be the biggest thing that will sell you over this computer, and how good it feels in the hand. It feels so premium. It feels worth the $1,000. It's completely made of aluminum. The way that it's built, the display, the keyboard, the keys, the Touch ID for your finger and the way to unlock. The trackpad is big and very reliable. The speakers are perfect. The USB-C ports feel really nice. You have tons of colors to choose from. You have this gold, you have the blue, you have the silver. This computer is really good, and it was well designed for most people. I think that most people will fall in love with this computer, just like they fell in love with the iPad. I think this is well designed. New macOS system is also very intuitive and very easy to learn, very similar to iPadOS now and iPhone. So yeah, if you have an iPhone, this is the best computer you can buy. Even if you have a Samsung phone, this is the best computer you can buy. There's no competition currently for Apple computers and Apple tablets. For phones, there might still be. But I do believe that if you have an iPhone, this is the perfect companion for you. Even if you have the iPhone 17 Pro, the most expensive professional iPhone, you don't need more than a MacBook Air. Unless you are a 3D render artist, unless you are a video editor, the MacBook Air is plenty enough for you. This display is a 13-inch display. It's an LCD display. There's still no 120 Hz available, but it's still an LCD display, P3 color gamut, really nice. It has the notch, just like every single MacBook and iPhone right now, and it has a bit thicker bezels than the MacBook Pros. But still, it's an amazing display that you will enjoy to use very much. It's a very easy display to read. Everything is sharp, and again, with Apple macOS, I mean, what can you ask more out of this computer? You have beautiful macOS. Just look at this. I don't know if you can see it because of the reflexes, but a live wallpaper. See it, a live wallpaper with the time so big, so easy to read, and even with the keyboard, this computer is so beautiful to look at. Simply easy to grab, close, move around, easy to to manage. That's probably the biggest reason for you to buy a MacBook Air. You are tired of using it on your lap, big computers. Not anymore. Just put it on your lap for hours, no issues. It does not get warm because it does not have any type of fans, and because of the system is so silent, it's so efficient, no fans again. This computer at most will get a bit warm when you're doing very intensive tasks. This M4 chip is very efficient and also very powerful, giving you 24-hour battery life. When I mean 24-hour, it's not 1 day battery life. No, it lasts you probably the whole week if you are not a power user. If you are a power user, 2 days. My girlfriend uses this computer. I'm telling you, this lasts her like 4-5 days of classes, and she uses this computer for everything, to take notes, to be on class. This is the perfect laptop for a student. And I was there at the store, and she had the chance to pick up the MacBook Pro. And she was very undecided between the MacBook Pro and the MacBook Air. But I swayed her over to the MacBook Air and said, babe, use this computer. It's much better for you, lighter, thinner, and you won't be using all the advantages that come with the MacBook Pro. You won't notice the difference in keyboard, you won't notice the difference in display, and you won't notice the difference in the trackpad. So the performance for you, the M4 is plenty enough for what you do. Excel, Word, PowerPoint, AI stuff with ChatGPT, no more than need for that. And obviously macOS runs just fine on every single computer. So again, the MacBook Air is plenty enough for you. And she got it for the base model. She upgraded the storage for 512 gigabytes of storage, but it's the same 16 gigabytes of RAM. This is a computer that will last her tons and tons of time. It's simply an incredible value computer. So lightweight, so powerful, and of course, the things that she told me specifically to mention on this review. For most of you, again, she's an average consumer. She doesn't know that much about technology, but she gave me a list to talk. And the first thing was the keyboard. She said that the keyboard was perfect. Before, she had a Windows computer, and she said that the computer's keyboard felt cheap. Now, she says that this keyboard feels sharp, easy to use, very responsive, and expensive to the touch. Yes, she told me that. She told me that loves the keyboard. She loves the autocorrect feature on macOS. She loves how fast the keyboard types. That's the thing that matters for her the most. Because again, she's a student, she types a lot on the computer. She also mentioned the trackpad was insane. She said that trackpad was really good, very sharp, and she does not need a mouse anymore. Something again coming out of a Windows computer user her whole life. So she switched to the Mac. She found that the keyboard is good, the trackpad is amazing, so all the hardware for her was perfect. She thought that the computer was really light, really easy to manage, really easy to put on her lap for several hours on a big auditorium, or even on a business meeting she has on university. So she told me that these was the main things, but also she mentioned that the battery life was really impressive. She said that this thing lasts her days and days without charging, and when it does need to charge, it charges really fast with the MagSafe charger. She mentioned that she loves the MagSafe charger because again, it's so easy to plug in magnetically, gives you a little ping, and then shows you a little LED to see if it's charging or not. On top of that, it's more secure. If someone in class trips over, the cable does not ruin the computer. Again, another big advantage for the MacBook Air. All of these for $1,000, guys. Keep that number in your mind. Then again, she mentions that these computers' speakers are really good. And even before, with the 16-inch Huawei computer that she had, these speakers are better and clearer. And of course, the display is also incredible, sharp, and she does not need anything bigger than 13 inches. Because again, we had another dilemma. Whenever she chose the MacBook Air, she had two choices. She had the choice of going for the 13-inch and going for the 15-inch. And she was very undecided for a couple of days. But then I said, babe, you don't need more than the 13-inch. Trust me, I've used the 13-inch for a couple of weeks before, the M2 and then the M3, and I think you won't be needing any more of the 13-inch. The 15-inch I also reviewed and used, and I thought that the 15-inch is too big to be a MacBook Air. It completely defeats the purpose of buying a MacBook Air. In that case, buy the M4 MacBook Pro, the base model. Get you 120 Hz, get you an extra USB-C port. In terms of weight, it's the same, and in terms of size, pretty much the same, 14 versus 15 inches. The MacBook Air is thinner, has a bit bigger display, but it's much worse in every single category. As for the 13-inch, this is where the MacBook Air shines. So buy the 13-inch, trust me, you won't be regretful. And boy, I was right, because he told me this is the perfect size, the perfect thinness, the perfect weight, so easy for on her back whenever it's on the backpack. So much better. She feels much more comfortable. She feels happy. She feels like this is finally the computer for her. And again, only $1,000 that you pay for the base model MacBook Air with 16 GB of RAM and 256 of storage. No need for more. And before, people said, oh, Macs are expensive. Yes, they are expensive. But now, for only $1,000, you can get this insane deal. And this is new. This is just a new computer. You can get the M2, the M3 refurbished for much, much less, like $600, $500, and even the M1 for cheaper. So Apple Silicon Macs are not expensive anymore. You can get them cheap, and they are still really, really good. Again, I do believe that the M4 MacBook Air is the best value MacBook Air you can grab. So lightweight, so easy to use, 1 week battery life, you get incredible speakers, incredible trackpad, very, very sharp, incredible keyboard, and of course, a very, very premium design that looks so, so good. And on top of that, the biggest feature that I was told to mention specifically on this review was the Apple ecosystem. She uses an iPhone. She has an iPhone 15 Pro. She has an iPad. She has an Apple Watch. She never had a Mac. She always had a Windows computer. And the thing is, I told her several times, buy a Mac. Buy a Mac. Because whenever you use your Mac with your iPhone, everything feels better. Everything feels complete. Even when you use your iPad with the Mac, some things are not explainable by a video. You can use Sidecar. Using your iPad has a secondary display for your Mac. This is insane, works very, very well over Wi-Fi. You also have universal control, something where you connect your iPad to your Mac and your whole ecosystem, and you control all of your iPads and Macs with only a keyboard and mouse. This is insane if you want to do combined work between iPadOS and macOS. You also have Handoff, a feature that is really, really nice to copy and paste from your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac to anywhere else on the Apple ecosystem. The Apple Notes, AirDrop, Apple Music, Apple Calendar. You have so many apps that you can connect between each other, and it works all seamlessly, really, really well with the Apple ecosystem. AirDrop might be the most powerful feature out of this Apple ecosystem. Sharing files between your iPhone right here and your Mac, very, very fast, easy. You also have a very intuitive new software like macOS 26, easy to use. She learned really, really fast. She's been using this computer for the last 2 weeks. She's a pro already. And she loves the way that it looks like the iPhone, works like the iPhone, and connects to the iPhone so seamlessly. So if you have an iPhone, it's a no-brainer buying the M4 MacBook Air. This is the perfect laptop for you. Don't even ask why. Try it out, buy it. $1,000. It will be the perfect laptop for your work, students, even at home for kids to learn how to use a computer. Then, of course, comes the question, what if I need any type of Windows-only software? In that case, I have a solution for you. Use Parallels Desktop or any type of virtual machine, because the only times you will need those types of software, you will have a solution. It's not a permanent solution, but it's a quick fix. And until you remove those trouble from your workflow, then, or find any type of solution to remove those troubles from workflow, then use a virtual machine. Easy to install, they are not that expensive, and it will give you a Windows computer inside your macOS, so you only use Windows whenever you need, which is trash, but you will have to for work. Then okay, fine, I'll use the virtual machine. But other than that, you'll have macOS 95-99% of the time, which is much, much better. Even though developers need to support those apps, sometimes some industrial apps like SolidWorks or any type of professional app, sometimes they refuse to build it for macOS because they are so old and they were built for Windows, like 10 or Windows 8, which are ancient versions of Windows, or even Windows 7, which is even worse. But then again, buy the M4 MacBook Air. This is truly the best value computer on the market, for sure, and you won't regret buying it. The M4 chip, super fast, super efficient, the design is very premium and very, very portable to hold on. So let me know below if you have any type of MacBook Air, MacBook, or a Mac, or are you considering buying one? Let me know below what you think. Drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. Bye-bye.